fixing Turael skipping. I don't
Oh,
know.
thank goodness.
I know they're doing something with Project Rebalance. This is always like the portion I skip over because I just never Turiel skip. But apparently those lower level Slayer monsters have removed some of the, like the shittier tasks. Is that right? I don't know if you guys
Nah,
Not for.
not
It was not
really.
for.
or
It was
okay.
not for Turael, right? It was like for like.
Oh, just the
Spheria and
other
whatnot.
ones.
Spheria
Yeah.
and Trailder, yeah.
I see.
Plus the issue is still just like
Constantly.
it's like it's more so of a high level bosses.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally so Turiel skipping like is the whole reason. Like, let me just make sure we're on the same page. Like, it's just because of Inferno. Like, it's just because people want to
Nope.
run Inferno, or is it everything?
Nope.
Just what is it?
A lot of people advocating for change do run Inferno and use it as the primary reason. I really try and stay away from that, and basically because Turiel is used by people who want specific tasks, that's the main thing. And you could want a specific task because you're someone going for CAs and you have boss locked behind tasks. Maybe you're an Iron Man who really wants an occult or a trident and really needs to get that specific task to get that item. Maybe you're trying to go for a boss pet hunt and you'd want to get a Cerberus pet or a Grotesque Guardian task. So there are lots of reasons as to why it does matter and not just for people who want Zugs. So when it comes down to a solution, it's not just like, hey, give the guys their Zug tasks because that doesn't solve it for everyone else.
Hmm.
And typically advocating for better changes towards the nature of better changes towards how the game actually functions from the bottom up is way better than just like giving band-aid solutions like here's your Zuck tasks without having to do the task.
This is me
But yeah,
completely spitballing, by the way. But what if there was a way to buy Slayer points with GP at a super high price?
nah.
Just
Yeah, I
thinking
don't know
like
about that one.
you just pay 100 mil for 1,000 Slayer points. Here you go. Here you go. Here's some
Turiel
skips. Here's some
Turiel is
skips.
Turiel is 900 points per hour effective.
Oh
That
damn,
means you have
that's a
yeah.
lot.
Comparison
Yeah.
will these Slayers like 350 points per hour, 400 points per
Mm-hmm.
hour?
Turtles.
So we're
Jesus
talking
Christ.
40 minutes to get a task Turael skipping, or you're talking about 2.5 hours of efficient point boosting for a task. Basically, it comes down to that Turael is just way too strong when it comes to getting a specific task.
So,
And despite being too strong, it still sucks. So
so
you
what do
need a
you?
whole new system.
What if there was a way, maybe through CAs or something? Again, this is me spitballing. I've never really thought about this too much because I actually just enjoy doing Variety Slayer. I'm one of those weird masochists. But what if like the cancel cost went down if you were a GM, for example? So canceling a task now only costs, let's just say 15 Slayer points.
Too many doesn't work.
So,
It's just
but wouldn't that nerf, like, wouldn't that make it so normal Slayer is actually in line with Turiel in a way? So you still have the options, but yeah, you could, like, I'm just wondering, like what, okay, well, I guess I'll ask as well. What are the solutions you guys would want to see?
Well, because just add on to that, because like I feel like even if it did that, you would just Turael boost spend where you do like a bunch of Turael
Mm.
boosting to get a lot of points, and then use the
yeah.
points to cancel. So instead of actually doing proper Slayer.
But
Let
that's
me
not as effective as what you were saying, where it's 900 points an hour, right? If you were just trying to boost
Yeah.
up your points, that would be more in line with just doing like a Konar Slayer, I feel like. Or I mean, obviously Turiel would probably be better anyway, but
yeah. I've written a little document that kind of outlines some of the issues and to
let's see this.
why it is the way things are bad. I'm going to summarize it briefly because, as far as I can tell, the solution that I've got here is basically one that does work well, and it might require a little bit of dev time to work, but it does a whole lot of good. The TLDR is basically there's lots of reasons why people use Turiel to get a specific task, but it all revolves around a specific task. Because Turiel sucks and it's not themed well and doesn't feel good, we want to basically get players to re-interact with Slayer on a more meaningful level and reward them with a specific task. So the bottom line is, I go to a Slayer Master, I'm like, give me a specific task, like from a league's picker list, and then the Slayer Master's like, well, if you want this, you're gonna have to do a couple of things for me, and that might include like kill one Zulrah, two demonic gorillas, and 17 wolves, and that'll take about maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, which is twice as fast as Turiel, and at the end of it, you get your task. You might get nerfed XP, so it's not efficient to do this, but it lets you interact with more NPCs, more variety of bosses that aren't just goblins, cows, chickens, and actually gets you your specific task guaranteed, no RNG. That solves all of this, makes it Slayer themed, doesn't break the XP, and doesn't break your point streak. It does all the good. Does all the good stuff without any of the bad stuff.
I
But
was like the
obviously,
idea of
it's
like
it's dev time, right? So
yeah. I always have the idea of like a maybe like a preferred Slayer list where you can like boost beyond a certain task, but this sounds better honestly. This sounds pretty cool idea.
Yeah, I've actually always been more of a fan. Like, it would actually be cool if, for example, there was like a full sort of like interface revamp of Slayer where like you look like, let's just say you go to your boss and there's a full on like CA looking menu where it shows all the tasks you can get, it shows the weightings, and then there's a system, maybe at cost points, where you can actually adjust your own weightings in a sense. Like, okay, so you have this amount of weight and you can apply it to certain monsters that you actually prefer to kill, and then that just ultimately just so everybody has sort of a lightly customed block that's not like fully customizable where you just choose whatever you want all the time, but the weightings at least are adaptable. I feel like that could be a really cool system change where it's not like totally breaking everything, but at least for the most part you're able to weight your own tasks in a minor way. But
I think
obviously
that's
that would
generally
be
fair.
tons of engine work.
There's been talks of like give us the preferred task list from RS3, same idea. And anything to make life a little bit better is good. I still consider it closer to a band-aid, but at the end of the day, if it's easy to implement, then I guess the answer is why not, if it makes sense and it's themed correctly and rewards correctly. Hitbox actually has been working on a Slayer proposal that encompasses some of these ideas, including my idea for what it's worth. And it's kind of like he wants to have a look at this bigger rework to early Slayer and Med Slayer, and basically the whole concept stems from the idea that the Slayer point system is basically just outdated. It's bad. And we want to try and replace that without damaging the skill. We want to make it more inherent to the skill. So instead of all this boosting crap and skipping stuff that goes on, it's more like you actually just interact with Slayer on a fundamental level to be rewarded within the skill. And I think it's his proposal is very good. I don't know if it's out on YouTube yet, but when it comes out, some people need to go look at that and really have a think about whether it's worth implementing, because really it would just be a great benefit to the skill, I think. And it doesn't detract from anything, it just embraces it further without any of the bullshit. It's really good.
Interesting. Yeah, I'll have to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know if you guys have done. You guys probably haven't done anything outside of Coliseum yet, have you? In Varlamore.
I have.
I haven't.
You haven't, Kirby. What? It's
I
great.
haven't either, really. Besides like thieving for an hour.
Okay.
But-
I have to say. Let me say one thing real quick. Is
Okay. Yeah. Go.
anyone listening, please take the time. Just spend. I spent 15 minutes on day like 2. Just go out and walk around. Don't even run around Varlamore. Just walk around Varlamore, because it's a really nice area, and there are so few times where you're going to get something on this scale as an expansion that you can just appreciate by walking around. Like you may not be that kind of person, but just do it. Take 10 minutes, just walk around, and just have a look at the area. It pays off.
I still need to do that. Yeah. I need.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Have you guys done the frog quest?
I haven't done any of the quests.
Oh my god!
I got the frog outfit from like the random event.
Oh no, you guys haven't done. Okay, the first thing you guys need to do when you go live next time is do the frog quest. I will not spoil it, and yeah.
I'm gonna.
I'm not saying a thing.
I'm just waiting for Quest Helper to come
please,
out.
Please don't spacebar the frog quest. Please take your time.
All right. How
One of the beauties of old school.
Is it short?
10 minutes max.
All right. Cool. Yeah, I'll do that.